This one game obviously is a lot of stuff obviously that I need to do better, but doesn't change who I am. And that's just mentality. We all have all have to be better.
Panthers quarterback Bryce Young certainly not sugarcoating things after that ugly loss to the Colts in Uptown.
Yeah, the #1 overall pick threw 3 interceptions on the day, 2 of them resulting in pick sixes for the Indianapolis defense. Now, despite the loss, the sentiment has remained the same in the building. Bryce Young is their guy.
Charlotte Sports Live's Gabe McDonald reports from B of A on head coach Frank Reich's message for the young QB.
Well, here at Bank of America Stadium, there is no rest for the weary. The Carolina Panthers already back at work after last night's loss as they have a quick turnaround before heading to the Windy City for Thursday Night Football up in Chicago. And much like the last 2 games, this week's matchup has a lot of pregame storylines. Back in the spring, the Panthers made that blockbuster trade in order to get the top overall pick, where they drafted Bryce Young. Included in that trade, former Panthers wideout DJ Moore, who is currently 6th in the NFL in receiving yards this season with the Bears. Carolina enters this matchup on a pretty sour note as the Panthers were unable to string 2 wins together after falling to the Colts on Sunday. Head coach Frank Reich wasn't one to do any finger-pointing after the loss, and he's confident in his leaders to be able to rally the troops and his starting quarterback after throwing 3 picks Sunday afternoon.
I think the character of our leadership will do a great job. They understand we're in this together. And, and what I just talked to Bryce about in there is I said, listen, I've been a part of some over a lot of years. I've seen games like this many times, and it's not all on just the pick sixes. I know it seems that way, but we put him in a hard position a couple times. Obviously, Bryce has, he owns his share of it. But we're all part of it. We're all part of it, so we got to do a better job.
So even with all the injuries on defense, we did get some good news today. Outside linebacker Marquise Haynes was back at practice this afternoon as he is designated to return from injured reserve. Some good news for a team that is very thin at that spot. You have Justin Houston and Yetur Gross-Matos both on IR, and Brian Burns exited yesterday's game with a concussion. We'll be monitoring his status ahead of kickoff coming up on Thursday and have much more with QB1 Bryce Young coming up at 5 o'clock. But for now, reporting at Bank of America Stadium, Gabe McDonald for Queen City News.